Hey guys, SamMcKdamn here, and today I wanted to talk about the new Hearthstone expansion. But first I wanted to ask you guys something. Does this footage look alright? I wanted to make some Hearthstone videos, but I've been a little irked, so to speak, about the footage that comes out. The problem I have is that the game seems to run slow whenever I record the game. I'm not talking about lag, but rather the game seems to run at like 20 frames or something. I do record my games at 30 frames per second, but even then it feels slower than it should be. I have no idea why, but it seems to happen whenever my recording software, open broadcast software, is on. Like, I'm not even recording anything, but it just goes slow whenever the program's open. I tried to look up a fix, but all I found was info on how to stream without lag, so I'm back to square one. So that's why I'm asking. Does it look fine and I'm just being too hard on myself, or do you guys happen to know a fix to this problem? Anyway, so the new expansion, Whispers of the Old Gods, looks pretty cool. Pretty excited for it. Got my 50 packs for 50 bucks and saving up for a bunch of dust for any cool cards I don't get. But what I'm really excited for is the new standard mode. So with standard mode, the idea is that the older expansions won't be available in standard, but they can be used in the wild format. This is going to be great because most of the cancer decks and cards that are in the meta now were introduced in the Naxxramas and the Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion, and those are the expansions that are getting outed. On top of that, Blizzard has been trying to push a control meta with the last few expansions, so that means I can actually enjoy climbing the ladder since I love control decks. Woohoo! On top of that, they also said that they were looking at 20 cards from the basic and classic set to rework, but said there would be no buffs, which means they will all be nerfs, so why say it like that, I don't know. I guess it's another way to say that some will get reworked, like Starving Buzzard, but honestly, you'd have to be an idiot to think that the Starving Buzzard rework was anything but a nerf. So no one knows what the 20 cards are, but they did mention Big Game Hunter would get looked at, and rumors of silent cards are getting looked at as well. But everyone knows that the Force Savage combo is getting nerfed since Blizzard has stated one-turn kill combo decks that have no counterplay to them are not fun or competitive. Plus, Blizzard has nerfed the one-turn kill decks in the past, like with Grim Patron Warrior, Miracle Rogue, and Molten Giant Warrior, to name a few. So because of this, I've actually taken to hoarding as much of the classic packs as I can, so when the nerfs do come, I can get extra dust from the doubles. Yeah, I know that sounds really cheap of me, but come on. Blizzard almost never nerfs cards. It's like once a year they actually do so of course I'm taking advantage of it. Although the downside to all of this is that Blizzard is also making past expansions unavailable to purchase when they're no longer playable in Standard. Now you can still get the cards, but now you'll need to craft them. I'm not too happy about this since it makes the wild format that much more obsolete to newer players and will put them at a greater disadvantage in the long run. What I'm getting at is that the other game modes, specifically Tavern Brawl, will be wild format by default. So if new players want to play in those modes, they won't have those cards to work with unless they craft them. Now for new players, crafting cards is a hassle since they don't have the cards to grind into dust, and what they have will either be too good to disenchant or not enough anyway. Plus each pack at minimum only gives 40 dust, so that's one common card. For a rare, you would need at least 3 packs, an epic card takes 10, and a legendary 40 packs. So when you calculate all that, getting the cards from buying packs versus crafting them, crafting will cost a lot more. So if new players do craft wild-only cards, that will put them that much more behind everyone else. Honestly, if the reason why they're making old expansions unavailable is so new players don't accidentally buy them thinking they can play them in Standard is a pretty weak argument. I mean, you can get around this easily by having a disclaimer in the shop saying something like, "Warning, this set can't be played in Standard," or something like that. So yeah, those are just some thoughts I've had about the new expansion and changes for Hearthstone. So what do you guys think? Think I'm right or overblowing things a bit? Also, does the footage look alright, and would you guys like Hearthstone vids? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Bye.